Stop putting your entire movie in trailers, Hollywood. Stop it. I've lost the joy of watching movie trailers recently just because I feel like Hollywood is putting the entire film in the trailers. They're showing the entire movie. We're sort of bombarded with too many trailers that spoil the entire film, and I think that this trend needs to stop because I love watching movies. I love looking up on reviews on Rotten Tomatoes and watching and deciding what I'm gonna watch. And I feel like I used to do that with trailers. I used to just watch trailers all the time and really enjoy them. But I think that today, just now, we've become sort of desensitized as to how much studios are showing us in trailers. I think it's way too much and it spoils the entire film, unfortunately. We've had this case over and over again. I understand why they're doing it. They're doing it because they feel like audiences are gonna show up if they know what the movie's about and if they know what they're expecting, because movies that don't show much in their trailers don't often sell. That's just reality of the situation. And sometimes it doesn't happen that way. Sometimes they do sell, but oftentimes it doesn't happen that way. And they sort of need to market their movies and so to get the word out. They want the word out very fast. And today I think it's even worse because the movies, they don't stay long in movie theaters and they just need more room to breathe. I feel like every time a movie comes out, it's forgotten like 2 weeks, and I think that's just bad business. So I'm gonna start by naming a few examples of trailers that really ruin the entire movie experience, that just spoil the entire movie. And I'm gonna start here with the worst example, and that's Tom Hanks' Castaway. This trailer is like almost a sin to humanity because it shows the entire movie in the entire trailer. I'm not even kidding. You think I'm kidding, but it shows Tom Hanks crashing on the island, spending 4 years, and then coming back. Why would you show Tom Hanks coming back to the mainland after 4 years? That's supposed to be a spoiler. It's supposed to be kept secret, but the studios, Robert Zemeckis, I think felt that they had to put as much as the movie as they could in the marketing because they were so afraid that it was going to bomb, that people wouldn't be interested in the film. And in hindsight, the movie did do well in the box office, so it's hard to have an argument against their logic. But at the same time, I think it ruins really the entire film. It just doesn't leave any surprises to the audience members, and I think that's the worst kind of trailers. And Castaway sure is probably the worst kind of trailer I've ever seen, even though I love the film. I think the film is fabulous. Next up is Truman Show. The Truman Show really did kind of like the same thing because it showed Jim Carrey's character leaving the Truman Show at the end. It showed almost the entire film, and I think that's really a bummer. Just why? Why would you show that in your marketing? It just doesn't make sense. It's almost like you're about to buy a book, but somebody explains the entire plot to you before you actually read it, before you buy it. It's almost the same thing. Like, why would you want to know everything that happened in the movie? It's just bad business, in my opinion. One of the worst cases I've ever seen of this is also during the Terminator movies. The trailers of these films, they always ruin a major twist. It's almost like a tradition at this point that a trailer from a Terminator film will ruin the movie. Like Terminator Salvation, they ruined the fact that Sam Worthington was actually a Terminator. I think that would have been much better to have kept secret in the film. And as well as in Terminator Genesis, I think that's probably one of the worst spoilers being leaked out early, is to have John Connor, the main hero of the series, to be a Terminator, which is a terrible plot twist and it doesn't make sense. And I feel like they should have just kept away from that, but of course it's in the trailer, and I think it's awful. It's like almost when you eat ice cream and you're wondering what amount of ice cream is too much ice cream. And this is the same thing with trailers. I think that studios should ask themselves, how much do we want the audience to know before they're going to see this movie? How much should we show them in advance? And there's always a fine line. And especially with the big budget movies, they shouldn't really rely on showing too much. I think that it's a mistake. And the perfect example of this is in Batman versus Superman marketing, where we see Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman teaming up to fight Doomsday. And now that's a terrible marketing decision. I don't know who decided that, but it really was one of the worst ideas that you could possibly have thought of, because it ruins like all the anticipation that you have for that movie before it came out. I thought that the second trailer of Batman vs Superman was just awesome. It didn't reveal too much. It was a fantastic trailer. It showed a lot of action, a lot of the characters' motivations, and I thought that it was perfect. But the last trailer just completely ruined any anticipation I had watching the film, because they just showed everything. They showed how this movie was going to wrap up almost, and it was just a terrible idea, and they shouldn't have done it. They really shouldn't have. And a lot of people point to the Batman vs Superman last trailer for one of the best examples of a trailer ruining a film. Recently, I also thought that the Abigail trailer ruined a lot of the film. I didn't think that you needed to show that Abigail is like this monster, this vampire before the movie came out. I think that it could be cool to just like keep this a mystery. That's what I mean. There's no mystery when you're watching trailers nowadays. You're just spoon-fed everything before the movie comes out, and I'm tired of it. I'm sort of really just not watching trailers anymore. Even before movies, when I go to see movies in theaters, I sort of hide my phone and just scribble on my phone until the movie starts, because I'm really not as interested in watching trailers anymore. I'm just not. I think that they show way too much, and I feel like they are really ruining the movie experience, unfortunately. What I would say is I do enjoy the Marvel route, which is when they're like sort of misdirecting the audience and they're showing stuff that's not actually in the film. They just do it for the trailers. And they did that numerous times, like for example in Infinity War, they showed a Hulk in Wakanda, which never happens. And also they in No Way Home, they actually erased Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield out of the image, and it was only Tom Holland there, so you didn't know like for sure that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire were going to be in the film, even though we sort of could see how it was edited, and we knew that they were in the film. But I think that it's a cool way not to spoil everything, but at the same time you're kind of asking yourself, are they really marketing the film because they're showing stuff that's not really in the movie. It's a gray area, I get it, but I think that it's a cool thing to do. I think that they can continue like sort of misdirecting the audience a bit. It really preserves the movie experience. I have like an example where the movie didn't show much and actually flopped, and that's Blade Runner 2049. I think that the marketing there for Blade Runner 2049 should have been much better. I think that they should have really shown more of the plot, more of the story, because the trailers really didn't help. A lot of people just hadn't seen the original Blade Runner, so they weren't really excited to see Blade Runner 2049. I was, but a lot of people didn't know about the film. And also, one trailer that I would love to just talk about that really kept the mystery alive for the movie experience was Cloverfield. The Cloverfield trailer was just awesome. It really kept us on our toes, and it really made us guess like what was going on, what really was the monster, and I thought it was just a fantastic trailer, and I couldn't wait to see the movie. And I didn't think that the movie was disappointing. I thought it was amazing. So there are cases that really are good examples of keeping the mystery there and just making your audience anticipate the movie rather than just spoiling the entire thing. I think it's a fine line. I think that studios really need to put on the brakes and just really think it through, like how much do we want to spoil and how much is too much. And I think they should be careful moving forward, because we're not idiots. Well, I think that I think that there's a way to market films and not spoil anything. Am I crazy? I don't think I'm that crazy. So yeah, let me know what you think about the studios just revealing too much in their trailers. I know that a lot of people have complaints about this. I think it's an issue that has been going on for a long time in Hollywood, and I think that it should be addressed every now and then. I think it's important. So let me know what you think. Please subscribe, like this video, and see you next time.